we were capable of producing something special today, and hopefully that's what happens.
So I'm Matthew Tatchell, head coach here now at Tondu Rugby. I've coached here I've been senior coach for, it's my 11th season, but I coached since my son really was under sixes, so it's probably like 24 years I've coached here. I played here as well, played here as a youth player all through my senior rugby year. I've just carried on coaching ever since really.
My name's Sam Grabham, I'm club captain at Tondu. I've been captain for 5 years. I've played here for over 25 years, so today's pretty special for me personally. So I know it's a big day for the club as well. So yeah, that's my role as captain of the club is to look after the boys, motivate the boys when I need to, and yeah, just try and keep spirits high. Pretty easy job because we've got a great bunch of boys really.
I'm Graham Thomas. I'm chairman, also one of the directors of the club, director of rugby. Yeah, I've been involved with the club for practically all my life, as much as a lot of the boys have here today.
So personally, what the club means to me means that it's basically all of my time is spent, and my wife will probably vouch for this now, revolves around the rugby club. It's part of my every week, part of my everyday life, whether I'm talking about rugby, whether we're discussing other things that go on in the club. And it's part of my wife's life as well. I mean, we just perhaps you could probably describe my wife as a rugby wife. Perhaps it doesn't happen so much these days, but she's a rugby wife. She knows that the rugby is my life. Like I said, I've always been involved in Tondu, and to culminate in days like today means a lot to me, and it means a lot to everybody involved in the club. As you see today with the support that we get, the buses, the trains, the cheering we have, it'll be a surprise to some people perhaps, but not a surprise to me how many people we've got there today. And like I just alluded to, the emotions of the semi-final, if you see the footage of the semi-final, that really tells a tale of where we are as a club really, the support that was there that day.
It's a special club to me. It's the only club I've ever played for. I haven't worn another jersey. I've not worn any other colours. So coming here as like a 6-7-year-old, it was my first sort of, like I said, first and only rugby club. So today of all days is really special for me personally. It is a family community club, you know. We've had this sort of tagline over the years of being little old Tondu, always punching above their weight, but that doesn't sit right at the minute because, you know, we deserve to be where we are now because of the hard work from everyone, players, coaches, volunteers, supporters, all the parents of all the minis. It's a special club and it's doing so well on and off the field at the minute. So hopefully that continues. I'm sure it will.
So the season so far leading to the final. If at the start of the season we thought perhaps that we would be in this final of the National Cup and where we are thriving in the league, we probably would have bitten somebody's hand off really, because we've prepared really hard in the summer. We knew last year we didn't quite, even though we got promoted to the Championship, we could do a little bit better. So we worked on getting our fitness, but right in the summer, boys have worked really hard. The cup run has been tough, some tough games, East games. We played the Morgan Wanderers in the quarterfinals, Bedwas, which is a big emotional game in the semi-finals. So it's all to do with just trying to play rugby a little bit really. You know, we knew we were going to come up against some bigger, possibly tougher packs, but we try and play a bit of rugby. They go out there they're told to try things. If it doesn't come off, we'll discuss it later, but don't be afraid to try things basically, and to try and play a bit of rugby.
Yeah, so the season has gone really well. It's how we got promoted last year, so it's not just one season. It's been an accumulation of many years of hard work, really. Our season's gone from strength to strength. It's our first season in the Championship because of the promotion last year, and we've done really well. We've won more than we lost. We've got a really good home record. We've had some incredible results away from home as well. So, yeah, whereas we thought we might have a year to adapt to a new league, we've just gone strength for strength, and we're challenging. I think we're 3rd or 4th at the minute. So, yeah, our season couldn't have gone much better, to be honest.
Absolutely immense. The boys have been absolutely outstanding all season. I think the first half of the season in the league, you know, we were top of the league for numerous weeks, which, you know, coming up from Division 1 last year is an incredible achievement. You know, we're playing in amongst a league where there's some semi-professional teams, and you know, for a club that's completely amateur, to be playing in amongst that, and not only, you know, keeping our heads above water, to be pushing the standards is incredible. Yeah, you know, the club had some hard times. It's you know, it's difficult to look back and try and remember everybody who was part of trying to get us back to where we are. You know, if we go back just over 20 years ago, you know, the game in Wales went regional, so that means that, you know, a lot of our players left, and we went back to being a completely amateur club. And we went through some really hard times. But you rely on the strength of the community, and, you know, our community is so strong. I go back to the times when, in the 80s, when we had a team in the Brewers Cup. We won the Brewers Cup, and we come back from then. You know, that's where our club really started, and the strength of the players from that era continued. So when you have hard times, you rely on your local people. You rely on the boys who are there for only one thing, and that's the badge. And it's them boys that'll bring you through, no matter what. No matter what league, no matter where you are, they will bring you through. And, you know, it's fantastic that we're playing in, you know, the Championship, and that's testament to coaches that we've had in the minis and juniors, the youth, over the years, going into seniors. It's testament to them that we are where we are, and, you know, it's culminated in this day today, where the coaching setup, as I've mentioned, we have is outstanding.
So the approach today is going to be run 'em about the park. Our game is width, and our game is trying to pull teams from edge to edge. They have got a decent pack. We know that we can get parity with them up front, that we will do really well behind. We've got a very, very good set of backs. And the pack so far this year have allowed us to play well behind because they've done really well up front. Our set piece has been very good. When we come up against a big pack against Bedwas in the semi-final, it was tough going, but we stayed in the fight, and the pack really did us proud that day because they were under a lot of pressure. The subs will make a big difference. When our subs came on in the semi-final, it made a big difference. It's going to be the same plan today. We picked a team, we've picked a squad of 23 that when the subs come on they can do a lot of damage. But really the message today really is to play a bit of rugby again. I know people say sometimes you can get conservative in cup rugby. Don't get me wrong, we're going to kick when we need to kick, and we're going to take points when we need to point, but we're going to try and play. Get into the Principality and get into the final, it just means everything now because, I mean, like I said, I'm in my 11th year. The boys have worked really hard. My coaching team has worked really hard. And I'm a proud Tondu person. Like I said, the Tondu Rugby Club means everything to me. So this is a real culmination of a pinnacle for me, really, getting to the final. And it just means everything.
Yeah, so we know the threats that they pose. They're a very good side as well. Like us, they got promoted last year and have adapted into the championship. So what we've learned about them is any penalties from us will be punished. They've got an excellent kicking game, so we need to be disciplined, and we need to be sort of on it in terms of kick returns and positional play for our back three. Our set piece work, we've looked at their set piece and we think we can get after them there. But other than that, we've spent most of the week focusing on what we can do. I think we are capable of producing something special today, and hopefully that's what happens. Look, it's such a proud day for me to be captain of the club on this special day. It's the first time a senior team from Tondu has been in the Principality, and over the years Tondu have had some incredible players, but we've never been able to get to a final. A couple of semi-finals, some really close calls, but it's the first time that senior team has got there. So, to be able to captain the team that's done that makes me, it's my proudest memory or my proudest moment in rugby, definitely.
Just think about the messages that were said on the video there. That's going to be the reminder. We're not going to use it before where boys have been told to relax, not to stress about making mistakes, not to stress about the game. But for that moment, that final moment, it'll be, remember those messages that were just on that video there. That's what it means to these people that are supporting you today. Just do it for them.
Look, we just need to be as accurate as we've ever been. We need to be as disciplined as we've ever been. But, you know, when we're late on, one thing we have got is bags of character. We've got talent all over the field, and we've got people who can produce those moments, those just little bits of quality that can make the difference. And one thing that we'll have behind us today is all the supporters. Right? I know that they'll be extra loud, so when anyone is needing a lift, it'll just be to listen to who's behind us and listen to what they're singing and what they're chanting, because they'll back us all the way today.
It's a huge achievement to get to the Principality. 45 years ago, just about, we were here last, like I said, with the Brewers Cup team. And to reach the Principality now is humongous, not just to, you know, the current senior group, but to our minis, to our, you know, all the children that were here today, the bus loads that come up, the trains that were packed coming here today, is to inspire them. It's them that, you know, we continually want to keep the wheel turning. Like, we're the water wheelers, and we continually say the conveyor belt of players, coaches, administration staff that come through our club, and it's inspiring them. And this today, and the performance from the players was incredible. They could not have given any more. And to play against a team like Letley Wanderers that have been put together to succeed, then, you know, it's a bit of pill to swallow. You know, it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough one. Tondu is a small village. It's a community where people are tight. It's not an affluent area, but we pull together. Everybody that plays for the club is well thought of. Ability isn't everything, but we aim to get the best out of everybody that comes to the club. everybody that comes to the club has an opportunity, and we want to make sure that anybody that joins us feel that they're part of something, and I'm sure that was seen today. If you were in the crowd today, the supporters, in the semi-final against Bedwas, I fully believe that we were the 16th man which got us to this final today, and the supporters were absolutely outstanding, every single one of them. And we can go through it all, the players, the coaches, again, I've mentioned it a few times, and they were incredible. They were incredible. We've had success in the past, and for every successful period where we've won a silver ball or whether it's a district cup or whatever it may be, that it inspires the next generation. And for us, I know there was a lot of children that was watching us today who was inspired to come back here, and I know that the amount of support we get from our minis and juniors coaches who are also here today, they will all be inspired to want to be part of something like this in the future. To pick out, Matthew Thatcher, our head coach, who was here in 2012 with his youth team. There was a lot of people here today who were around that team, who come back again and support, and whose children are here now who are going on and want to be part of something like this.
The bus journeys home is always special and always a laugh. We've got the Lobster, also known as Geraint Gillett, and he's just got the whole bus in the palm of his hand. You can sing any song you want on demand, and it's just, it's such a good feeling. So not necessarily a standout sort of funny moment, but just those special moments that just you can't stop smiling all the way. And we played a game recently down in Crumach in West Wales. It's about 2 hours on the bus, and the time flew by because all the boys singing after a big win, and so it's just memories like that really from this year.
The result didn't go our way, obviously, and when they came into the room, I just wanted to hug every one of them because they couldn't give any more. They absolutely couldn't give any more today. Everything that the players, the coaches did was absolutely spot on. They couldn't give any more. It was spot on.